those old soldier reunion videos. Oh, it was unbelievable. She never forgets. It was great.
Yeah, when a dog really loves you. My oldest daughter has a little Chihuahua Whippet mix named Snoop. And whenever I see Snoop, he just runs towards, like, full blast. Like, literally knows I'm going to pick him up. So he kind of, like, almost launches himself to me. He just runs up to me, launches himself to me, and I carry him. He only wants to be carried. Like, everywhere. He wants to give you little kisses on your face and he wants you to carry him. And he's just so cool. He likes to, but he's a little annoying in that if you watch TV with him, if you're not petting him, he'll paw your face.
Oh.
Yeah, he'll start doing this. Like, hey man, don't do that. Stop doing that. But you know, he's like 4. Like, I can't really train him now. But I hate you. Don't fucking do that. It's like, then fucking pet me. It's like this thing where you get this little Chihuahua on your lap, and I'm like, come on, man, don't do my face like that. Come on, man. He's like, then pet me. Then pet me. And you just got to keep your hand on him. You can't just keep your hand on him. You have to move it. You got to rub him.
The second you stop moving it, he paws your face. Oh.
Keep rubbing me, bitch.
Wow. What a life. Dogs have it made.
This dog does, though. He's just a fucking little love bug. It's funny because little dogs are generally, like, they're a little weirded out by people sometimes. Not this one. The moment I met him, he jumps to everybody. Everybody's like, you're my friend. Like, everyone's my friend. He just has no worries about people not being his best friend. Yeah. Just runs right up to him. He's not scared of people. Some little dogs are, like, just weirded out by people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, David Lucas's little puppy's adorable.
Oh, he's got a little French bulldog, right?
Yeah.
Ron had that one that got snatched up.
Yeah.
I found some feathers in my yard the other day, and I was worried one of the chickens got snatched. But it's something else, some other bird. We have foxes.
Yeah? What do those come out at night?
They come out in the morning. I've seen them in the morning. I've seen them at night too, driving. But we've got security camera footage of them. It's pretty cool because the security camera is very high resolution. So let's get this video of this cool looking little animal, and they make a weird noise. You ever heard of fox? Oh God, it's so strange.
What does it sound like?
I don't want to do it. Let me hear it.
You're good at animal
I'll do it if I hear it. I want to hear it again because I forgot exactly how it sounds. Like, there's so many animal noises I have in my head.
We still laugh about the other night, a few weeks ago. We were wasted for some reason doing wolf impressions and Mitzi's. And you came and sat there, we're like, Joe, show us your wolf impression. And you did an actual wolf. We were just howling like morons. And you sounded like there was a wolf in the distance.
Listen to this thing. It's like a scream. It's weird. That's it.
Oh, that's frightening.
Yeah, but when you see them, they're so cool looking. Like, I wouldn't be sad if you only ate, like, one of my chickens. Don't eat all my chickens, motherfucker, because then I have to kill you.
Yeah.
But if you can get one chicken. One stupid
Fox
chicken.
Sounds.
Yeah, that's what they sound like.
Fox Sounds is the only Fox channel I don't watch regularly.
I have so many animal noises in my head.
I watched this video yesterday. Have you ever heard a cat mimic a bird?
No.
Okay, watch this.
Really?
I mean, I'll be honest, it doesn't sound exactly like a bird, but this does not sound like a cat.
Oh, wait a minute. That's it. Oh, yeah.
It does different animals out here.
Did you know that I had a bit about that?
Really?
Yeah. I had a bit about this cat that I used to have that was a big old fluffy cat, this like cute little cat, until it saw something outside, and then it became murderous. And like they do this thing when they want to bite. So it's so weird that your beautiful little cat. That was before the JRE, so I didn't know the statistics about cat murder. Or it wasn't before the podcast, before an episode rather, where we talked about how many fucking birds and mammals get murdered by cats every year.
Yeah.
Fucking billions, dude. In America, billions of mammals and birds get murdered by cats.
Scary animal. I had an angry one when I went to college. My brother did, and I lived with my brother. There were 2 cats, Hops and Misty, and Hops was cool as fuck, jumped up on the ceiling, just jumped all the time, loved jumping. And Misty was like this angry bitch that would just, it's like, You don't really get used to that. There's something even as a human that's 30, 50 times its size. It's like, ugh.
Yeah, you don't want to fight a cat.
Right.
If a cat was trying to fight, think if a rat was trying to fight you, you'd be freaked out.
Yeah.
Just a little rat. Yeah. Dude, everything can kill you.
Yeah.
Everything can kill you. That's one of the more exciting things about hunting in like mountain lion territory. Your hackles are always up. The chances of them trying to kill you are very low. The chances of them killing you if they want to are very high.
Damn.
They're very high. If you get snatched up by a mountain lion, you have almost no chance.
So for that, you have like a pistol on your side, though.
Yeah, you should keep a pistol if you're in mountain lion territory. If you're in bear territory, you keep a large gun. Not most guys carry rifles, but they'll also carry, like if they're bow hunting, they'll carry probably a 45 or 10 millimeter, a big gun, a gun with a heavy round, and still you're fucked. They're so big. You don't know how big a bear is until you see one in the flesh, on the ground, in front of you. Yeah, this is one that's, this is somewhere in Europe. I think that's a stag. And this bear is just fucking dragging this 300-pound stag around the way you would drag your luggage. I mean, that's a big animal. It's bigger than 300 pounds. I think that might even be an elk. It's either a stag or an elk, but I mean, that's a solid 500-pound animal. Oof. And that bear is just fucking mauling it. And it's not even a big bear. That's not a big one. They're really, really, really scary ones are the Alaska ones. The Alaska ones are insane. My friend Steve Ranella told this story on the podcast, as did my friend Remy Warren, who was there as well, where they got attacked by an enormous coastal brown bear. It's like 11 feet. It's enormous. It had claimed the elk that they shot. They shot an elk on a hunting trip.
Oh, shit.
And the way Alaska is, they were on this place called Afognak Island. And Afognak Island is insanely dense. And so if you're going to pack out, if it's like a certain time at night, like say if you shoot the animal and it's like 5 p.m. and it gets dark at 8 p.m., you can't get it out in time. It takes a full day, and you can't manage your way through that brush in the dark. It's too dense. You go on a mile, it takes you hours, hours and hours to go a mile because it's just so dense. You're just moving through everything. And so they hung this elk up, and they took some of the meat back with them, and then they went back in the morning to pack it out. It's cool, so you don't have to worry about the meat going bad. They didn't realize when they got there that a bear had already found it, and the bear had claimed it. It's cool, so you don't have to worry about the meat going bad. They didn't realize when they got there that a bear had already found it, and the bear had claimed it. And so they said, let's sit down and eat lunch before we pack out. So we'll fuel up before we pack out because it's a long pack.
So at that point, they didn't know that there was...
They had no idea.
Right.
So these guys are all planning to carry like 100 pounds each on their backs. And they're going to go miles and miles through this dense shit that's going to take forever. So they're like, let's eat. So they're sitting there eating, and someone hears something, and they turn, and they see a fucking monster of a bear running straight at them.
Oh, no.
In the camp. And the bear probably didn't realize there were so many of them, and that's maybe the only thing that saved them, because they kind of scattered. And one guy, this dude they called Dirtmouth, he was actually riding the bear's back at one point for like 10 yards on top of the bear's back, and then fell off, and the bear ran off. And so the bear was in the woods, like watching them, making noises, like woofing at them. Making these noises, and now they got their rifles out, but no one had a rifle out. No one had anything out. They were all just eating sandwiches.
Wow.
My friend Remy said he had his gun in his bag. Like, fucking, ah!
So let's say you had a gun on your side like
Jesus Christ, what do you do? Because that thing ran past them.
Right.
What if you shot it and it turned around and ran back? Like,
does the noise scare them at all?
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe. And it depends on where you are. Some of them have never seen a person before.
What if you had one of those air horns that's like... No.
The bear spray doesn't even work all the time.
It's just an embarrassing way to die. Just...
and then it's just fucking tear you apart. Bear spray doesn't even work all the time. There's that spray that they use. My friend John, he runs a hunting camp in Alberta. The Rivets, John and Jen, they're awesome people. And John had an encounter with a grizzly, and he sprayed it. He said the bear didn't even react. He said he just kind of walked right through the spray. I was like, oh, fuck. Imagine if that's all you have is this spray, and you're counting on this saving you from the bear, and he just fucking... It's like, you ever seen those videos where dudes get tased, and they just fucking take it?
Oh, yeah.
The cops are tasing the guy. You know, get down, get down. He's like, ah! Like, just dude PCP'd up or something, and he fucking pulls those cords out of him. Like, now what?
Right.
Now what?
Now your cords are on the ground.
Bro, I've only seen one grizzly bear in the wild in my life. They look at you so different. They look at you so different. We were talking about this on Bottom of the Barrel the other day. Because, like, a black bear is a different animal. Black bears look at you like, who are you? You can eat me, I'm not going to eat you. What's going on? Like, black bears look... Grizzly bears look at you like this. Like, how fast can you run?
Oh, God.
There's a darkness in their eyes, dude, that's just... That's a predator with no... That's the apex. They're not scared of nobody other than bigger bears. That's all they're scared of. And the one I saw, man, he wasn't even that big. He was like a 6 foot bear, like a younger bear. Maybe 7 foot. Maybe not that big. The big ones, when you get like 10, 11 feet. Oh my God. They're just massive killing machines. And they're so durable. That's the thing about them that's so crazy. When you watch them fight, they beat the fuck out of each other, and they don't even seem to have marks on them. They're biting the shit out of each other's necks. Although there is one that I saw recently where it looked like the bear got the other bear in the guts, and he just made a giant gash in his stomach, and they were going to war, like on the side of this. This one person's filming it in the woods. So if that thing's coming after you, man, your frame, like we were talking about a cat, you know, that's what that is. It's like the same kind of thing. It's a wild animal, just much bigger. Like, your brain is not even going to correctly compute how much stronger they are than you. It's an impossible number. And if you've ever seen them run, they can run faster than people can run. Yeah, so these two dudes. These two dudes going at each other. Like, if that's coming after you, man, these are 1,000 pounds. They're just biting the shit out of each other. They're trying to tell the other one, get the fuck out of here. This is all my food. These are all my ladies. Get out of here. Bro, imagine you're in the woods, you stumble upon that.
That one's pretty dominant there on the right.
Yeah. That's a bigger bear. The young one is...
yeah, these bears don't know jiu-jitsu. There's no benefit in bottom position. Really?
Some of them do. No, there's no benefit in bottom position in bear fight.
Right.
No, they don't have submissions, but they do, like, have some little hip moves, little hip escapes, and they do, like, position themselves to hold you down. Seems like they've got some experience. Yeah. They'll do side control. You know, they're, like, biting the neck and holding them down like this. If you're a bear and you're on the bottom, you're in a bad spot. Yeah. So there's no Charles Oliveira's of the bear world. Right. There's no Paul Craig's of the bear world.
But there's a bit of judo. They use the other one's energy.
Yeah, a little wrestling.
Yeah. I was watching a funny clip earlier. Chappelle said that Prince judoed him. Have you seen this? Because Prince took the picture of Dave Chappelle playing Prince serving pancakes. He took that picture and put it on an album cover before he passed away, and made that the cover to like one of his last albums. And Chappelle said he judoed me, and Jimmy felt, oh, this is it. Yeah, this is great.
Gosh, that makes me so happy that happened.
That's a Prince judo move right there.
Yeah, watch this.
Well, no, it's like, you know, you make fun of Prince in a sketch and he'll just use you with his album. What am I gonna do? Sue him? It's genius. It's checkmate right there. That's it.
Amazing.
Yeah, I love Dave.
Those fucking sketches back in the day were so impactful.
His show's the best show that's ever existed. Comedy sketch show.
No doubt.
And there's only 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy. That and In Living Color. People sleep on In Living Color. In Living Color was wild. I remember I was playing pool once with my friend John, and I had no idea of the sketches. I didn't understand. I think it was like a Super Bowl thing. Like, did they do one where the halftime they had an In Living Color? Something like that. They did, right? So that was the first time I'd watched it at the pool hall. And I was like, oh my God, this dude is doing Fire Marshal Bill. Jim Carrey's doing it. I was like, this is crazy. This is the craziest show ever.
Dude, that shit fucking raised me.
Yeah.
I mean, all of it.
Bro, Handyman?
Yep.
He had a mentally handicapped superhero? Jesus Christ, he was called Handyman?
Oh, so funny.
Dude, I tell everybody. People forgot how good Damon Wayans is. They forgot for whatever reason because he decided to become a TV star and a movie star. Dude, when that guy was doing stand-up, he was like Chappelle level. He was at his time. He was the guy that I admired the most, like in his prime. Because he was in his prime when I was just starting to get to LA. Dude, he was so good. His stand-up was so good.
They were all a bunch of store guys. Like Jim Carrey was young on this.
Well, Damon always hung out at the store.
Yeah.
He would hang out at the store and create comedy like on stage. He would just start he didn't worry at all about silence, about dead spaces. He was using it the way Mitzi wanted people to use it, like as a lab to create stuff. And Damon films all the sets. So he has a tape recorder, like a camera in the back. Films all the sets. He's had all the sets since the 90s. He's been doing that. He just got that TV money, baby.
Yeah.
The TV money came rolling in. It's like, I could just hang out at the house. Sam Kinison in Living Color.
Got the Jamie Foxx sketch.
Bro, that's right.
And we're going to try to get some last-minute instructions from the coach. We're going to try to get a word from him right now. Here he comes now. Coach, can we get a word from you real quick? Now, what did you tell your players before they left the locker room this afternoon?
Well, what I told them was just relax and concentrate and play some ball. I mean, you know, leave the candy.
I don't know if the sketches.
No, that's okay. It was a great show, man. So those are, in my opinion, those are the two greatest sketch shows.
Oh, yeah. The cast on that's absolutely
I
insane.
mean, think of that cast. Just the fucking Fly Girls is Jennifer Lopez. Like, what?
Yeah.
She's like one of the dancing girls?
Yeah.
What kind of a cast do you have?
Sing, doesn't say anything.
Jennifer
Just
Lopez is
in the
like,
background.
how much talent do they have on that fucking show?
Yeah.
And Keenan was a great fucking talk show host, too. Keenan made some great movies, and he was great on the Keenan Ivory Wayans show. He was fun, man.
Fire Marshal Bill was based off of the actual West Hollywood fire marshal.
Yeah, who got burnt up.
Yeah.
It was like an intellectual thing, right?
Yeah. So Jim Carrey was trying to like come up with characters while sitting in the phones room at the Comedy Store. It's like a legendary thing that you hear about, at least back when I got hired as a phones guy there. Because in the hallway, straight down the hallway, there was this old fire hose that at the time, it's gone now, I'm positive. But at the time, it looked like it hadn't been changed in fucking 40 years. Like this old, it would never work. It was like dried up old hose wrapped up. And you get told the story that Jim Carrey was sitting at that desk facing down that hallway, tapping the pencil on his head, trying to come up with more character ideas, and this burnt up half a hair, cross-eyed, fucking missing his top lip, scars all over, one eye closed guy came in checking everything in the electrical sockets and putting butter knives in the sockets and shit. And Jim Carrey's just sitting there writing it all down.
Oh my god. Oh god, the store was such a fun place for like chaos and misfits.
Oh yeah.
It was. We used to always say, like, we were in the back parking lot, like some schizophrenic person would come back there. We were like, this place is like a magnet.
Yeah.
It's a magnet for insane people.
Yep.
It really is. Like all across the board. Like the original talent coordinator of the Comedy Store, when he got fired and then Duncan became the talent coordinator, I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? When I first started talking to Duncan, we became friends from conversations we'd have over the phone. Because I'd call him like, hey man, did you hear this Ram Dass thing? Like, he'd start telling me.
Yeah.
And we'd start talking about wild shit.
Dude, he's a fucking genius, bro.
So-
I messaged him yesterday because Lil Hobo was a guest on Kill Tony, and it was so funny. I loved it. A lot of the fans hated it because they didn't like Lil Hobo's voice, but like, I don't care.
Yeah, but that's reading comments.
Right, exactly.
You can't.
Well, no, I get my reports from the producers, but yeah, basically, yeah, they told me that.
But they read the comments.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't read the comments.
But anyway, but I loved it so much, I don't give a fuck what the masses say. So I asked Duncan, I go, and this is like a leak of information, but I don't care. I asked Duncan yesterday, I go, hey, I want Lil Hobo to make a video that's going to air during the arena, like he's taking over the show for a second. Can we come over and shoot just a quick hour shoot anytime this week? You name it, we'll show up. He goes, Lil Hobo's agent is with CAA. His name's Stephen Leibowitz. He's been Lil Hobo's been a real diva lately. And he started sending me AI songs that he can make in like 2 minutes about how I'm not going to do this and I'm bigger than everything. He
sent me one. He just sent me some AI song.
Oh, they're all
I didn't even listen to it.
Hysterical.
Should we listen to it here?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
He sent me like 7 songs. He's like, Lil Hobo's making an album, so he's probably not going to want to work with you. He goes, he was complaining the other day that you stole his idea for a variety show. All these texts.
Okay, the healthy lifestyle. He said, dude, I found an AI that instantly makes songs about anything you want and made this in less than a minute. So
Yeah.
let's hear it. I haven't heard it yet.
I got a story to tell about a man named David Lucas. Yeah, he's doing well. He's a leader, a motivator, a true inspiration. Always preaching about health, no exaggeration. He wakes up every morning, hits the gym real hard, lifting weights, running miles. He's a health rock star, but it's not just about the physical. Nah, it's more than that. He promotes eating clean, gotta fuel your body fat. David Lucas is showing us the way. Live by example, keep it healthy every day. Gotta eat right, gotta exercise, no doubt. He's the one who's pushing us to work.
It made it in less than a minute, he said.
David Lucas eating clean. Oh my
Imagine
god.
if David Lucas made a 180.
Oh, he's
Imagine if he made
he's
one.
about 480 right now.
But imagine if he made a 180.
It'd be great. I hope so. I love it. I'd love a story like that. I'd get to make fun of all the extra skin hanging off of his body. He would think the jokes would end. They would just begin.
Yeah, he would have to have an
Yeah.
That's a heavy operation too. Your skin is an organ. People don't like to think about it that way, but if your organ has to get cut open and pieced back together, well, that's real shit. That's real shit. And you run the risk of infection, and infections can fucking kill you, man. Like, you shouldn't take that kind of surgery lightly. One guy apparently avoided that, and this is like, I don't know if he's like, see, people have different genetics apparently when it comes to skin, which is why some women get crazy stretch marks and some women don't.
Yeah.
You know, some dudes, they get real fat and then they lose the weight and then they look great and ripped, and other dudes have all this like weird extra skin. Even guys that don't lose too much weight, if you lose like 100 pounds or 50 pounds, like some guys have like crazy extra skin, like dudes that I know, and other guys just like, you don't look like you're ever fat. This is crazy. So this dude apparently went on a water fast for 365 days. He was really fat, and he just had IV vitamins and water. First of all, what kind of discipline? How do you have the kind of discipline to do that? He went from 382 days, without eating. Okay. In 1965, 27-year-old Angus, he fasted for 1 year and 17 days, ate no food at all, and lost 125 kilograms, which is 19.7 stone. Oh, no. Everyone knows what that is.
Yeah, I have no idea.
125 kilograms is like, I think it's 2.2. So that would be 300 pounds. What does that weigh? What is 125 kilograms in pounds?
2.2, I think.
260, 270.
270. Okay, so he lost that much. So he lost 270 pounds. Jesus Christ.
He weighed like 480 or something.
Okay, Angus reportedly sick of being obese, so he checked into the University Department of Medicine at the Royal Infirmary of Dundee. He weighed 207 kilograms, so that's 450. What is 207 kilograms?
Roughly that.
450. He told hospital staff he was ready to cut out food altogether. So doctors happily agreed to monitor his progress. Oh, so he did it with the doctors. He's like, I don't want to eat anymore. Wow, that's crazy. They didn't expect the fast to last long, but they thought that a short fast would help him to lose some weight. To compensate for his lack of nutrients, he was prescribed multivitamins to take regularly, including potassium and sodium, as well as yeast. As days turned to weeks, Angus's persistence increased. The Scot wanted to reach his reported ideal weight of 180 pounds. Wow. So he kept going, much to his doctor's surprise. Angus would attend hospital visits frequently and often stay overnight. He received regular blood tests, all which revealed his body was remarkably functioning just fine. As weeks turned into months, he compensated for his lack of food by drinking more black tea, black coffee, and sparkling water, all of which are calorie-free. His body began to adapt to the lack of food by burning its own fat stores for energy. For the last 8 months, Angus's blood but Scott did not suffer any adverse effects at all. In the final few months, he began to have a pinch of sugar or milk in his tea and coffee. For those wondering, he went to the toilet every 40 to 50 days. He shit every 50 days. What is he shitting? If you don't eat for 150 days, what are you shitting? Angus eventually called it quits after 382 days, having finally reached his dream weight of 180 pounds. Wow. According to Chicago Tribune report, he had forgotten the taste of food before his first meal after the fast. He ate a boiled egg with a slice of bread and butter for his first breakfast, telling reporters, "I thoroughly enjoyed my egg and I feel very full." Wow.
Yeah, that's weird.
I wonder what happened to him after that, if he kept it off.
It said he died, or 5 years later, he was 192.
He died. How old was he?
Oh, he remained at a comfortable weight 5 years later.
Oh.
196.
So he only gained 16 pounds from eating. That's pretty amazing.
It's weird that they switched to pounds there at the end.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah.
Is that an English article? What's the article?
Diabetes.co.uk.
Yeah, UK. They're weird over there. They spell tires with a Y. Like, what are you doing? Can't we agree? Isn't this the English language?
Yeah.
We invented tires, bitch. You did.
America?
Henry Ford.
Really?
I don't know.
Goodyear, B.F. Goodrich.
Well, Henry Ford invented the car, but I feel like there's a French guy that came along before Henry Ford that invented the internal combustion engine. Is that correct? Like, who invented the who invented the very first automobile? Ford was the first to manufacture it.
Yeah, you just fixed the assembly line.
Right.
I know in Akron, Ohio, they mastered the tire. They're still kicking them out there. That's where the big Goodyear factory is. Yeah. B.F. Goodrich.
You know,
4 people popped up.
You know what's really weird about tires? They haven't figured out a way to not have them be filled with air and have them perform as good as the ones that are filled with air. It's a stupid thing. First commercially successful internal combustion engines created by, say that guy's name, Etienne Yannula, around 1860. Is that in France? Is that the French guy?
I guess we have 4 people's names popped up.
Oh, different guys who made it?
I'm guessing the guy with the last name Otto probably did.
I like that guy's name.
Yeah.
Just because I can't say it. 1860. Okay, first modern internal combustion engine known as the Otto engine, created 1876. So one guy created it, and the other guy's like, I could do it better. And then he made it better, which is what always happens. Internal combustion engine usually refers to it. And it's like, that's just what always happens.
The diesel engine was invented by Rudolf Diesel.
Ooh, that's a good name for it.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Diesel. I wonder if Shaq knows that. You think he changed his name?
He's got so many nicknames.
Shaq?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's actually really good at making them up, too.
Yeah, Shaq's the fucking man.
Yeah.
You ever want to feel tiny? Shake that dude's hand. It's like shaking a person, like a whole person instead of a hand. He's so big.
It's insane.
He's so big.
The Rock was huge, too.
Yeah. How fun was it to work out with The Rock? I called Tony Hinchcliffe at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, what are you doing?
It's crazy.
You want to work out with The Rock?
I was
today?
so hungover. It was hilarious. I remember I was still on my side when I took the call because your phone rings a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. I'm like, oh shit, what is this gonna be? I'm like, yo. He's like, you want to work out with The Rock? I'm like, yes. It's like up.
I really feel like sometimes that we're not really doing this.
Dude, it's so funny you mentioned that. Literally last night, in the fucking green room of the mothership, I'm talking to Hank. Big Hank is sitting there because he's a big Sopranos fan. And I go, dude, I did this podcast with the kids from the Sopranos a few days ago. And it was like we grew up together. It was like we're brothers and sisters because we are all the same age. And I kind of lived very different, but kind of the same way, was living vicariously that type of life, but different, but with them growing up. It was a show that I could relate to. And I go, I think I'm like running out of like cool things to manifest. Like I don't even know what's left for me. And right then, Brigham brings in some guy who I don't recognize immediately, and I shake his hand and I'm like, damn man, look at you. I feel like you've killed a lot of people, or something like that. I said, I was just being goofy. And Brigham goes, you know Ray? And I realize it's Rey Mysterio Jr., one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, who I've been watching for 3 fucking decades. Multi-time heavyweight champion, and he's famously the small guy. So for me and Matt Edgar and every fucking guy just under 40 that wasn't huge or like physically gifted, he was one of our guys. I mean, that's who you like cheered for. He's known as the giant killer because he would beat the big guys. He beat guys that were 7 feet tall. He would shop them doing little guy shit. And I didn't even recognize him at first.
In my day, there were 2 guys that I really loved. The number 1 guy was Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I remember.
Superfly would get on that top rope and he would do this.
Yeah.
And he'd fucking fly off and bodies. Like, what is that called when you land on someone?
That's technically a full body press.
Full body press?
Well,
really?
Yeah, he would.
Press?
Well, yeah, he would actually. The full body press is when you lift them over your head and do that, which you could also do.
So when you throw
That's
yourself through the air, a splash.
Yeah.
So that was Jimmy Superfly Snuka move.
Yeah.
When he would get on the top rope, everybody would go crazy.
Oh yeah.
And the other guy was Bob Backlund.
Yeah.
And the reason why I like Bob Backlund, I'm like, I bet Bob Backlund fuck all these dudes up, because he moves like a real wrestler. All those other guys are doing crazy shit. See, Jimmy Superfly Snuka did it off the fucking top of the cage. That's so insane. How bad is that for your knees and your back and your brain? The size of him, he was fucking huge too.
Oh yeah.
But get some Bob Backlund. Show me some Bob Backlund.
Oh man,
Bob Backlund was a legit wrestler.
He played his role so perfectly because I hated him when I was a kid. I was part of that last regime where he was still there when I was like 3, 4, 5, 6, and Hogan was just about to beat him and start like taking over. But he was just this old boring with his blue tights and blue knee pads, right? And like
a real
white
athlete.
shoes. Yeah, and I'm just like, who is this guy?
That's what I like.
Yeah, it wasn't my thing as a kid. I needed something larger than life.
No. I like that dude who looks like a regular athlete, like this guy.
Oh yeah, this is him way
I
after
remember
his
seeing him, but I remember seeing him, and like right away, I'm like, oh, that's a real wrestler. That guy's gonna fuck that dude up. That's a real wrestler.
Yeah.
If you know wrestling, like that's what a fucking killer's built like.
Look at Lex Luger looking at this guy like, what the fuck?
Killers are never built like that, except for Brock. Brock is the only guy who's like a killer. Well, even Alexander Karelin, who's the great, he wasn't built like a bodybuilder.
What is that move?
It's
nonsense.
Fucking
it's the nonsense
insanity.
move. It's nonsense.
Yeah. Oh, the old. You imagine that working in a fight and everybody just going, oh!
Just tapping your butt. How about that move? Why doesn't anybody do that in a fight?
The old sunset flip.
Oh, it didn't work.
I know all the names of these stupid moves, by the way. However, I do not know
this
these.
Is so entertaining. He gets off. I can't fucking believe this. This
round.
Look at
There
that
you go.
glorious hair. Oh,
Come on, you want a piece of me?
no, show me some Bob Backlund in his prime.
This is not the Hulk Hogan I know. Comes out in this giant cape.
Oh yeah, this is pre. Everybody's a star.
Hulk Hogan's the fucking man.
Oh yeah.
How cool is it hanging out with that guy?
Well, so what's interesting is after hanging out with him and The Rock, it's really interesting to see how blatant his smile and you can see after hanging off the 4 fights, like I showed you when we were in here.
Fight.
Oh, okay.
I met him outside of a cigar bar in Beverly Hills in like the 90s, something like that. It was early on. It was like what?
The maniacs are coming. All the teenagers are going to be there, and you never know when the old man with the yellow boots.
Went off full on.
Amazing. You led that interview well too. Those were some short answers from him up front. Right back to it. That was good.
Yeah, those are always weird.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Those,
Okay.
Yeah, the weird Spike TV interviews.
Yeah.
I did one with Sylvester Stallone once too. It was good.
It's an interesting position that you make look easy, interviewing those guys after fights, interviewing people with these huge person. Look at them. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're eye to eye. And there's no DeSantis boots in this, by the way. They're actually that height back in the day. Look at that.
Yeah, Hulk lost like 4 inches.
And meanwhile, when we were working out with The Rock, it was literally like, it was crazy. Built like...
He's gigantic.
He looks like a superhero in a movie all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just when he walks in, you look at him like, what is this guy?
Yeah, everything looks small
But
in his
meanwhile,
hand.
couldn't be nicer, couldn't be more humble.
So cool.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. Good dude to hang out with.
I'm going to give a little behind the scenes here. I was in a sauna at 185 degrees, sitting in between The Rock and Joe Rogan. So, for those of you that grew up without a father, you still have a chance, everybody. So many laps in that sauna across from Shane and Hassan.
Yeah.
And
I thought it was really cool, too, that we decided, like, we don't need to film this. Let's just have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's just have fun. Because I know he films a lot of stuff for social media. I go, let's just where he goes, I love it. I was like, yeah, let's just hang out.
And it was so cool.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
It was fun. And it let me, like, dictate the whole workout. I had a whole workout planned out.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just, let's have some fun.
Yeah.
We did a real fucking workout.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was real.
I was sore. Everyone was sore for a week after that.
Yeah, we did the Tabatas on the bag at the end.
Yeah.
It was fun. And then The Rock did 3 minutes in the cold plunge. First time he had ever been in a cold plunge.
Yeah.
Which is very impressive.
Yeah.
My first time. I was like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
And I did 3 minutes, 10 seconds only because I knew I could do longer than The Rock and Hassan and have bragging rights in the sauna for 20 minutes.
You got to be in the sauna with Brian Simpson. He's always looking for a way to get out. Oh, I forgot my socks. Your socks? You don't need your socks. Brian's always got like some fucking new reason to get out of the sauna.
He's so funny.
He's got to sneeze.
He is so funny with all that shit.
He got in the other day with his shirt, with like his workout clothes on. I go, you gonna sit in the sauna with your clothes on? He goes, yeah, I should probably take them off. And then he gets out, and I go, at the end, we were like, bro,
yeah,
this is bullshit. You keep leaving.
Oh, he's a sly dog. He knows exactly what he's doing. I caught him sneaking a cookie the other day out of that Eddie B. Eddie B's bag in the green room. I've been eating clean. I'm at 4 days, no carbs. When I walk in, he's just got a cookie. Shame eating. It's so funny to keep an eye on. Maybe drinks every night, but he's funny because it's like, and I love those people. David, I mean, it's
I lost 35 pounds
every time.
we were in the green room the other day. I go, how do you know? I go, do you have a fucking supermarket scale at your house? The fuck are you talking about? My scale didn't go that high. There's no way you know how much you weigh. You're not investing in that kind of property, that kind of machinery.
Oh God,
How much is it, like a regular scale? Right?
Yeah, no, we actually...
Like Joey used to talk about that. I can't get on a fucking regular scale, Joe Rogan. It's time to lose weight.
Yeah.
When he first got on Weight Watchers, Joey was like, fucking regular scales don't work.
Yeah, we were doing fat people weigh-ins live on Kill Tony at one point, and we have a scale now that goes up to 4, but it's very hard to find. Those are like rare.
And that ain't gonna work either.
Right.
Like what Ralphie Make got on it.
Right.
Yeah, but someone's bigger than that. You need like a supermarket scale.
Yeah.
They put sides of beef on it and shit.
Yeah.
Did you see those, there's like these 5 or 4 fitness influencers that are like, not fitness influencers, body positive influencers that are telling people like, you know, you could be as fat as you want. They're all dead. They all died like within. Blair White has here. I'll send it to you, Jamie. Blair White has this clip. It's mean, but it's also hilarious because it's just like, oh god, like yeah, it's not good to be that big, kids. It's just not. Like no matter what anybody tells you, if you have a fat doctor, like no matter who it is, that's just a massive strain on your body that you really don't need. You shouldn't have. It's not something that's normal. It's something that's insane. It's something that's only existed with human beings over the last, 50, 60 years. People were never that big. Jesus Christ.
I was at a Starbucks at the airport this weekend in Florida, and one of the baristas was double masked, and I could just see the top of her head because she was like behind the espresso machine, and it looked like a thick head. And then and I'm like, because I'm intrigued by the entire thing. I see a double mask. I'm like, what's going on here? And then she moved away for a second to go grab another cup, and she was hugely, massively obese. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right, so.
Did you find it? Yeah, there it is. Thank you.
Double mask, but unhealthy as fuck.
But the Instagram one is funny because it's like, he's dead. She's dead. They're dead. Save things on Instagram because Tom Segura and I have this thing we do every day. We send each other the worst shit we find,